Exonia. Roll call, please.
Dan Rupnall,
Here.
Rick Ziegler,
Here.
Brian Durkee,
Here.
Amy Renard. Here. Dave Kester.
Here.
Pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, don't say you're sorry.
Okay, approval of minutes from September 8th meeting, 2025.
I had a couple of changes I've already gone over with Joanne, so she'll be amending them a little bit.
You
It's-
need to have those approved by.
Yeah, they just, I said that he was at the meeting and he wasn't at the meeting, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
change that.
Okay,
So when you make the, approval with, with corrections.
okay. Well, I'll move approval of the minutes then with those corrections.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, signal by aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, public comment, John?
I do have, Bob and Abby Jackson, they are on the agenda. Did you wanna talk before that, or did you just wanna talk at that moment?
I don't know, whenever you want me to present
Okay,
the information.
if you're on the agenda, then we usually wait until
Okay,
on the, your item comes up.
okay, that'd be great,
Okay,
thank you.
so then I don't have anybody for public comment.
That's it? Okay, treasurer's report for September 2025.
When do we anticipate getting paid on the, from Jefferson County on the taxes? Cause it's hanging out there still, right?
There's just a chunk that I have to fix,
Yeah.
that hasn't been done, so yes, it's here,
Oh, it is, okay.
It's
It
here.
hasn't been recorded, okay.
correct, I just have to get it in the right line.
'Cause that usually comes in, what, September?
Well, you have one, January, one February, and then one in August.
August, yeah.
Yep.
What was that bill for Buckshot General Contracting for, $85,000?
So that, we had hail damage on the roof,
Yeah,
and, they came out, this company called Buckshot came out and
Okay.
put like a repair on the roof, the covering, so that we wouldn't get any water damage,
Okay.
from the hail. So that was kind of like a temporary
Hmm.
roof.
It was covered by the insurance.
Correct.
okay,
It
that
paid
was my
100%.
next question.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Question on what's the Hawkins?
That is the utility, Hawkins, I believe is that their chemicals?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, for chemical.
chemicals for the UD1 plant.
And then liquid waste, that is basically the sewer plant pumping them,
That's-
solids
yep.
and so forth.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Just because they're all on here together, when they come in, you split them to UD1 or,
Yep.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're allocated to their correct funds.
Do we know when the permanent roof repair will be done? Are you still negotiating with insurance?
They'll be doing the repair on the fire station and highway shop. They're starting, hopefully tomorrow, they were gonna start today. And they will be doing the town hall after that.
Okay, who's doing that?
Badgerland Roof is gonna be doing the flat roofs. Big Fish Contracting is going to be doing the asphalt shingle roofs. And depending on what works out with the steel, if we get those covered or not.
Okay.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the September financial report.
Second.
Hearing a second, is there any further discussion? All's in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Jefferson County Sheriff's Department, I see you're here this evening. Will you have something to say?
I have nothing unless you guys have something for me.
Anybody have any questions or anything for the sheriff?
Any updates on anything that's going on with, I know that we met with, the sheriff and talking about some of the gang-related trends have been dropping. Are you still seeing those dropping?
Could he come up to speak?
You want, yeah. Some of the, trends with regard to some of the, was it, TDR or TDA,
Oh, the gang.
the gang activity?
I don't know, I haven't heard anything about that.
Okay.
I just know that we were having a bunch of scrap metal thefts up here, and that seems to have gone down.
Up here?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the gang-related stuff was more down by Whitewater, south of Whitewater.
Yeah, Palmyra area, Whitewater.
Yeah, that would, more than likely, that was Walworth County or the city of Whitewater would have dealt with that.
Mhm.
And, what would you say about scrap metal theft?
We were having a bunch of scrap metal thefts up here from businesses, but that's all gone down and we've curbed that, we've dealt with that issue.
Were there people that were apprehended?
Yes,
Okay.
About Highway CW, guys up here patrolling that?
say that again?
Highway CW, being that 16 is closed, CW is kinda crazy.
Yep, we have extra traffic patrols up here for pretty much all of the construction areas, plus any of the side roads.
Yeah, 'cause it's, well, being that it gets dark sooner, it gets a little worse, you know.
Mhm.
I go get my mail and my hat gets blown off and you can't pick it up. I mean, they're crazy.
Yep,
They wanna
yeah,
pass.
Yep,
They shouldn't be passing, and they are passing in no passing zones consistently.
mhm. Yeah, like I said,
And
we
that
have,
creates problems up there, and I think maybe somebody should be there issuing tickets for that, because they're passing on hills, people can't see them coming over the top.
yep, we have extra patrols.
Okay.
So there are deputies that, you gotta remember, there's one deputy that covers this whole northwest or northeast corner of the county,
Okay.
so I can't be everywhere
Right.
all at one time, so.
But
it's-
there's certain times of day that are more critical.
Yep.
When they come home from work, or when they're in the morning, those are the worst times, you know.
Yep,
Otherwise, the flow of traffic is down, you know, it's a little more, farther apart instead of stacked up.
yep. Yeah, like I said, we have extra patrols for all of the construction and all of the side roads that are up here, cause we're getting so many complaints about people speeding, so.
Yeah.
We try to get up and we try to hit those extra patrol areas, but I cover from Exonia down to Jefferson, so that's my patrol area for tonight. So,
So we'll see you on CW tonight?
maybe, it depends on my call volume.
Any other questions?
Just any negative trends or positive trends you wanted to share with the residents that you,
Nothing that I'm aware of.
okay.
Well, thank you for attending our meeting
All right,
and answering questions.
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Bruce, our county supervisor.
One of the things that's gonna happen tomorrow night, they're gonna amend or work on the, solar ordinance for the solar roofs. There's a copy available of it that's quite lengthy, and that, it deals with both small solar operations and large solar operations. Not a lot that you can do for the large, but, it was kind of interesting. I went to the Wisconsin Counties Association meeting in the Dells here a couple weeks ago, and I went to one of the seminars on the rural energy, solar farms, things like that. Barron County sued the PSC, and maybe Stan knows a little more about it, but they actually accomplished something with that Barron County is now getting some money for these large-scale solar farms, and it costs them a lot of money to get a job done, but I think the bill was for the attorneys was $78,000, and they're gonna be getting about $750,000 back, so not too bad return, but whether that's gonna work all over the place, I don't know. That was just one of the things that they did. And that, big discussion is now lately on the think we're gonna see any in our area, but we might. Dodge County's got one going up over towards the Beaver Dam area or Fox Lake area over there by Walmart. And that, they're huge facilities. The energy consumption from, the larger ones, are equal to what a city of 30,000 would use. So consider the fact that the city of Watertown would, doesn't even, they're only 25,000, so that's a lot of energy and a lot of water because they have to be cooled. So that was a big discussion there too, so kind of keep that in mind. Other than that, not a lot going on. Our EMS work group committee, we're doing a lot of work with that, a lot of discussion on it, where we're going with it. All yet we don't know. That was one of my goals of going to the county association meeting. I talked with a lot of counties from Wisconsin, and that is the hot topic at every county is EMS coverage. And that because it's gonna get real interesting on how to do it all and everything, because the state now is going to raise the requirement for the hours of training for an EMT level from, I think it's up to over 200 hours now, isn't it, Calvin?
Yeah, it's gone from 180 to 320 hours.
Yeah, so
So it's
now
gone
now you're
two
talking a semester class almost for a volunteer position, which the volunteers aren't gonna be in the picture anymore. It's gonna be paid on call, and that's what we're looking at the county, that countywide, you're gonna have paid EMS services. And townships are complaining about the cost of contracts and just a lot of things going on with it. So we're working on where we're gonna go with it. We've got some ideas. Some places we have some ego trips that we have to, well, and that, but we'll get it worked out at some point in time, but not within the next, it's probably gonna be a 2-year project for sure. And but trying to stay ahead of the curve, let's put it that way, because once we get on the downward side of the curve, it's just gonna go down really fast. So what we're working on.
Any questions for Bruce?
Bruce, did you mention that the solar procedure is online right now?
Is what?
Is it available online right now?
No, it probably won't be online until after tomorrow night.
Okay.
And I can show it to you after a while. I have it on my phone as far as for the, what we're gonna be seeing tomorrow night at county board.
So they're gonna be presenting a draft tomorrow night to vote on?
Yeah, it's gonna get voted on tomorrow night.
Okay.
And that, so, anyhow.
Anything else? Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.
Unfinished business. Consider possible action on change order number 6 from Stop Construction for the water reclamation facility.
So this is basically, the hardware didn't work, so we had that updated, is that correct?
The hardware didn't talk to each other.
Right.
Yeah,
They didn't know that ahead of time, so they had to go in and then they figured it out?
well, I think at one time they thought they could make it work, and then when they tried firing up everything, it didn't do what we needed it to do.
Okay.
So that became a change order because we have to know what the lift stations are doing.
Right.
So it could handle 5, but no more than 5, was that the problem? It appears the system could only handle 5. And we have 11. Page 9.
Yeah, I believe that was the problem.
Yeah,
Reading this right, that they're not charging us for, figuring out that it didn't work?
no, there was no charge for that.
Okay, cause I was gonna say, if you get into something like that, you should almost have something where, hey, this is this is what we have to do.
Yeah,
Make it
no,
right,
my
not going
understanding
in-
is Next Electric,
Right,
they ate all that, whatever labor was involved to,
not go and figure it out later, you should figure it out before you install it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
They're rebate.
My understanding is it's up and doing everything that we need.
Okay.
How many modems does it run, do you know? The whole state, I mean, cause every site's got, or every piece of that's got its own modem, is that what it is?
Yep, every lift station has its own
Love
modem.
it.
Okay.
To respond back to the.
To communicate back. Do we know why this is, coming about now?
They had an issue, the equipment that they thought was going to work, and they bid out the project, ended up not working. What happened, they had to go back and change what it was.
So we got 11 new ones.
Yep.
It's already been done, the work, yeah.
Yeah, it had to be.
Was there any discussion about them eating it?
That I don't know. That was between the engineers and Jeff.
Okay. Depending on how that contract's worded.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if Jeff had a lot to do with it, it was
No.
pretty much the engineers and Staub, but Jeff just knew that he had to have them working.
Yes. No, that was even before Jeff's time though, too, when those contracts would have been drafted, so, right?
No, it was all part of the bill.
No, but he wasn't in that position at that time,
Yes, he was.
was he?
Yep.
Okay.
And this has been approved by Nathan,
Yeah.
so. I'll make a motion to approve the change order number 6 from Stop Construction for the water reclamation facility.
Second.
Having a second, is there any other discussion? All those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider impossible action on request by Kurt Perna to divide land by preliminary certified survey map related to an 8-acre land split, parcel number 012-0816-2732-000.
Can
Basi-
I-
Yep, Stan,
Okay.
you might as well,
Thank you. So, last we met, there was this matter on the agenda, but it was only noticed for the rezoning. Land division, zoning, two different things. And, as a favor to the property owner, to make sure it is legal, we brought back this agenda item to make sure that, they know that they're covered if we approve the certified survey map for this land division. And in addition, there were a number of promises made by the property owner and actually the developer of the property to do certain things, like landscaping, like, the surface issues. That would always go into the approval process for a certified survey map. So it's back here tonight to just basically rubber stamp what we've already done. But in addition, they're going to be needing to extend public infrastructure. They're going to need to bring down sanitary sewer. That brings into play a developer's agreement, which they will have to enter into to make sure that that is done to town standards, because we're gonna be taking over that pipe, and that, and they promised to do all this. I don't think this is any controversy at all, simply putting into place what they've already agreed to do, but, we really didn't have it on the agenda appropriately, because it wasn't set out for the land division. So, assuming that they're all good with everything, it would be simply a motion to approve what has the certified survey map together with the conditions that they have already agreed to and contingent upon signing a development agreement prepared by me, satisfactory to me and them, and then authorizing the town chair to sign the certified survey map.
So who are you saying should pay, the developer's gonna pay the sewer hookup or the owner? Yeah, whoever you.
I don't care who
however
pays
you
it,
write it out.
just the town doesn't pay it.
Right,
I don't care who pays it.
right.
And Stan, would this include the industrial park covenants that we would put forth then at that time?
No,
It does not.
no. They're not in the industrial park. You can't force
Tech-
private restrictions. Let me explain.
Yep,
Those restrictions were put into place because we own all of the land.
yeah, the town did, yes.
Pernat doesn't own, I mean, we don't own Pernat's land, we can't force restrictions on them. That's why we have conditions of the approval of the certified survey map that says that they will put the surfaces, hard surface in front, dust-free surface in back, landscaping around their,
Screening, yeah.
stuff, and then they'll have to pay, you know, every cent of the, bringing down the sanitary sewer, and they'll have to pay our costs, including me.
So there was discussion that as part of the comprehensive plan, that would become industrial land.
If we bought it,
If-
well, yeah, it's industrial land, yeah.
Yeah, that we're denoting it as such, and we're gonna dedicate it to that, and those covenants wouldn't follow?
Those are private covenants.
Okay.
If we wanna put our covenants in the zoning code for every industrial,
Site.
development in the town, we can do that.
Yeah,
But I think, you know, I don't think it's really an issue, because the covenants that we're concerned about.
are captured in the developer. Yeah. What I'm looking at from a perspective of, we've got those in place on the existing people in industrial park, and to not have that follow wherever, is that that's a concern I have.
Yeah, the reasoning though.
It's not fair and just.
Yeah, the reasoning is because it's private ground, that's the only reason.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And I do understand your point that it's not our land to impose those on.
Right.
Stan, just a question, I remember there was a little discussion last meeting about, I can't think of the word right now, water on the land, what's the terminology?
Oh, stormwater?
Yeah,
Um,
retention basins.
Retention
Right.
base, where is that in?
In the developer's agreement, there will be a provision that says that they have to design the stormwater system that will meet all state, local, federal requirements, and they will all be reviewed by our engineer, and they will pay our engineer.
Let me ask this question. So the developer's agreement, can that mirror what the covenants are to some degree?
Well, the developer's agreement only deals with items that are really involved with dedication of public infrastructure. The approval of the certified survey map will be with conditions.
Okay.
We won't sign the certified survey map until, it'll be incorporated into the developer's agreement. The
Okay.
approval of the CSM will be a condition in the developer's agreement, so to that extent, yes,
Okay.
it'll be contractual.
And where are we at with that request? Has that request been made of the developer yet, or of the individual looking to?
We're here right now. We're
Understood.
telling them that
Okay,
Well, we're doing the preliminary tonight,
preliminary.
and so the motion made tonight has to be on the preliminary,
Yeah.
but then a review and approval by town board and staff.
But you don't have this written up yet.
No, because you may
Right,
turn it
so
down.
Well,
I'm not gonna spend money.
how can you make a decision on something you don't have written up?
Well, no,
So we're gonna do preliminary.
Well, that would be.
That's all we're doing tonight is
No, no, no,
preliminary.
no. It is done all the time because you either trust your lawyer or you don't.
Well, I don't know, maybe there's a question, is there?
Okay? I'll get up and go watch the Brewers game.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
Does this have to go to the county yet too?
County's done.
Okay,
The
they're,
county does,
they looked at it.
CSM approvals through staff.
Okay.
Matt will sign this as soon as we do,
Okay.
but it's only the preliminary plat.
Right.
The final CSM plat, final CSM will come after the developers agreement,
Oh, okay.
and it will be, conditioned upon the issues we've already agreed to with them. So, the way it would go is motion to approve the preliminary plat conditioned upon the issues that were, agreed to at the last town board meeting, and, the developer entering into a developer's agreement that is, acceptable to the town attorney and the town engineer.
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Amy.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
Can I say something, since it's my land? You'll get the developers agreement after the county zoning meeting is Thursday night. Cause that zoning meeting hasn't really happened on this yet,
Yeah, zoning is separate.
okay, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
you
kinda
can't,
waiting to do the developers agreement
Yeah.
until county zoning approves. it.
right.
Right.
That's my only comment.
I'll wait till they rezone it. If they rezone it, then I'll draft a developer's agreement.
Okay.
Cause otherwise, that's wasted money for everybody, right?
Uh-huh.
Kurt, you're right. And then you guys take a look at it. Not you, but they will look at it. What are you doing here?
Hassling me. Yeah.
Anyway, and then, it'll all fall together. It's all good. So,
Okay, I have a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider impossible act on request from Greg Rupnow to divide land by preliminary certified survey map related to a 1.17 acre land split, parcel number 012-0816-1643-000.
so I am going to prove to you guys, like the last one was enough, right? That I'm valuable to you. So, this is a situation where, in 2020, Mr. Rupnow came in with a proposed certified survey map for a split of a single parcel off of his larger parcel. It was approved by the Plan Commission, it was approved by the town board. The law requires that within 3 years of the first approval and within 18 months of the second approval, or the last approval, you must record the certified survey map. Well, with COVID and a lot of other issues, it kind of fell through the cracks and it didn't get here. I see this all the time. When you had an approval before the time ran out, a property owner brings it back. So you just simply rubber stamp the last request, which is already approved. To my understanding, nothing's changed. And so in order to assist this property owner, you would simply move to basically reaffirm prior approval and affirm or approve the proposed certified survey map. And then the property owner will bring the final certified survey map in, so long as it is consistent with the preliminary certified survey map. You would authorize the town chair to sign it, clerk to countersign it, and it can be recorded, and then the land division is final. Simple, simple.
I make a motion.
What statute is that, the 18-month statute? 'Cause I-
236, 15, I don't.
And
You're
then-
asking me to
Well,
remember.
no, and that, I guess what I'm getting at is there's a gap somewhere, right? And you said it happens all the time,
Yeah.
but this really puts our residents out, you know?
Well,
And it happens very.
I'm gonna argue with you, don't start that.
Oh,
Personal responsibility. When you're gonna do something, you follow through and you do it. No,
What
it's
if-
not our fault.
what if you don't? What if you're,
Then
you put it on
we're here
hold?
to simply do it again so they can move on.
And my point is, it was a matter of us not getting the approval to the county, as I
That's,
understand it.
we have no responsibility
It's
to do
not
that
us.
at all.
The landowner.
We have, there's a town ordinance,
Yeah,
there's a county
yeah,
ordinance. The town is one thing. It's not like zoning.
no, I understand.
There's a disconnect between zoning. It's not our responsibility to send anything to the county. And I didn't want to get into this. We were not at fault.
Okay.
So if they request that there's something from the town didn't get there, then what's the hitch?
I don't care.
Well,
We
I'm
approved it.
looking to stop that gap is what I'm looking at.
Oh.
How do we stop that gap?
By telling a property owner, hey, you gotta deal with the county too.
Right.
But we never tell them that. We tell them here in these meetings, you're approved, you've been approved by planning, you've been approved by the town, we'll send the approval to the county. And that's what we tell them.
Zoning, land division, two different things. And I will tell you, good for all you guys except for one, none of you were on the town board then. Now you say, you can direct staff to do whatever you want.
And I'm not throwing stones at anybody, I'm just saying there appears to be a control gap somewhere, and how do we fix that? That's all I'm thinking.
You're saying, if it was approved, we should have put it to Jefferson, correct? Is that what you're saying?
We do.
We do, okay.
Only zoning.
So if it didn't get there this time, then we're just taking, hey, we're going back to whoever approved it, didn't pass it on. We're basically saying, okay, that was a mistake, we're gonna redo this thing.
And I
he's
don't,
gonna get
and
it
I
passed on.
completely agree with that approach. I'm on board. I'm just wondering what we could do differently to not
Right.
impact or to assist our residents, that's all.
Right. No, I understand what you're talking about. So it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gotta be very infrequent. I've never heard of it before.
Well, I mean, that's because there's such a confusion when you are a town under county zoning that nobody realizes it's two totally different things. They can approve zoning, we can say, no, we don't like the land division. If we have reasons for it, then we can deny it. So, if you want to direct your staff on every certified survey map approval in the future to send that to the county, which is not required by law, you can direct the staff to do that.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, it's the responsibility of the property owner to do that.
It
And
is.
so what if we
If,
just said,
if they're made aware, if they're fully aware of
well,
that.
we put a little note on the bottom of whatever we send out. Hey, you got 18 months to file
Which
this
would be
with
fine too, I
Jefferson
mean, just
County.
something to, so they're not, there's no, and this is
No.
probably, really extreme circumstances, so it's probably never gonna happen again.
I'm guessing the county tells people this when they go down and
You know
discuss.
what, I don't think
stuff.
so, because they didn't
Why would-
realize, and because for the most part, I mean, that's all staff too. So, they think that when they get the approval of the zoning, they got the approval of the CSM. And I think that there may have been situations in the past where we didn't put that agenda item on,
We-
like
We know
the
that.
last
We know
one.
that now, yeah.
So now we know, I think we got a better handle on it now.
So, I'm gonna tell you the reasoning behind this and I didn't know there was a time limit on it. I guess I was in a situation kind of like this, but there was no problem. The reasoning for not taking it and getting it set out as a lot is because you're gonna pay taxes on that thing if you don't sell it. Whereas a lot, if you keep it as a whole, as ag, you're not going to, and that
If you
happens
can,
in
wait a
people that.
minute, if you can continue to farm it,
Even if you have it split,
if you farm the area that you split,
okay?
it's ag. But if you have a house that you're splitting off,
Yeah.
you don't get the ag for everything, but I don't think that that would make a big difference. Because you, I think it's a matter of if you split off a lot that is ready to be sold, your assessor will, look at it and say, hey, it's, different highest and best use. But if you continue to farm it, it's still ag use, no matter what.
Right, say, hey, I wanna split these up.
Yep.
I'm not gonna sell them for 10 years, but I
Right.
wanna get the split.
Yep,
So I think that's the reasoning behind it, why not going through the full process
I think
to
that-
stop.
I think there's a misunderstanding though. As long as you're farming it, it's ag. Whether you, have it for sale for 20 years or not, it's ag. But I can't deal with the law. The law says if you don't record it within the 3 years, you're done.
I was understanding, if you record it, then it comes a lot, and you get taxed as such.
You get taxed on the use.
Yeah.
If you're farming it, it's no different.
I ran into that with people saying, hey, you need to come and do something with this because it's a split lot.
Yep.
And I'm paying taxes on a split lot. So you gotta do something with this, turn it into ag. And he said that didn't do me any difference because I already split it. So I think that was a confusion.
I've been to the Supreme Court on this very issue where there was a subdivision, the lots didn't sell in 2008, they continued to farm it, and Slinger wanted it to be assessed as, something other than ag.
R1.
If you're farming it, it's ag. Okay?
Move to approve or reapprove. Request from Greg Rupnow to divide land by preliminary CSM related to the 1.17 acre parcel. Parcel number 012-0816-61643-000.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Consider and possible act on a request by Runyard Properties LLC to rezone from A1 to A3 to create a 1.0 acre residential lot at W296 County Road CW, parcel 012-0816-0143-000.
So this is a split off of the existing farm, am I right?
That is correct.
Okay.
This
Is
was
it-
presented to the planning commission and approved.
It was unanimous,
So the-
wasn't it, at the plan commission?
It was.
They're splitting the house off of the main farmstead because I think it was totally together.
I think the intent is to split the land around the house and the house out,
Right.
retain,
Take
and
the
sell
single-
that and retain the,
Yes,
uh,
farmstead.
ag property
Yeah.
for passive income. I don't know if, is anybody here to speak to the petition?
Yeah.
Oh, is that, am I surmising, is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry, Ken, I didn't see that.
Right. What he wants to do is split the house off, correct?
Please come up to the microphone and state your name and address.
Ken Harrow, here with Susan Runyard from Runyard Properties. The house is on 1.4 acres. They want to take 4 acres and attach it to the farm the farmland next door, leaving the house in 1 acre. That's why it goes from A1 to A3.
So the remaining lands behind that house, that's gonna be attached to the farm, correct?
The remaining land behind the house will remain.
Half acre.
The house will be on 1 acre.
Okay.
Remember, it's on 1.4 now, it's gonna go to 1 acre in the future. The balance will be attached and will remain
farmland and not the,
So, yeah. Thanks for the education, Stan. We're asking for a rezone, then we're asking for a land division.
Okay, I think that our, oh yeah, we got, two things. The
Yeah.
rezone's one, the, land division is two. You can take them up together.
Well, I'll make that motion then to approve the request by Runyard Properties to rezone from A1 to A3 to create a 1-acre residential lot at W296 County Road CW, and to also approve their request for a land division to create a 1-acre residential lot at W296 County Road CW.
second,
Do I have a second?
yep, I second it.
Sorry about that, didn't hear you. Okay, I have a second, is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thanks all.
Okay. Discussion and possible action regarding the request by Ski Slide Storage LLC for a land division to create 2 lots in existing 1 industrial zone, parcel number 012-0816-2534-004, and parcel number 012-0816-2534-000. Mike, you here to talk?
Yeah, Mike Carroll, 156 East Wisconsin Avenue, Oconomo. So this takes you back to the early 2000s when actually Vicksburg Ridge subdivision put their water on the west side of Ski Slide. And then Ski Slide Storage started building mini storage there. We continue our march west with buildings, but we've always done it with CSMs, and now we want to do it, did small little lot splits. Now we just want to split these parcels and include in Ski Slide that water retention area as well. Because the town, we talked to Stan in the town, he says the town doesn't want our water, so.
You didn't talk to me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, a long time ago. My God,
This is a long time
you're
ago.
slow.
Yes, I'm very slow.
Is the purpose of this to create more storage units?
Yes.
That's what's going
Yeah,
on
we
there?
intend to start building some more this fall.
Do you intend to have outdoor storage there too, more than you have already?
No, we, last year, we received approval for, I think it was 28 more storage sites next year. So we did that through a conditional use, through the town board.
And that was beyond, to the west of lot 1 though, right?
Yeah, it'd all be on lot 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot 2. Lot 2, we received approval some years ago for industrial condos. So we intend to do that sometime in the future.
Okay.
That's the property to the north.
Yes.
You're just splitting it off to lot 1, just makes lot 2.
Yes, yeah, because it's gonna be 2 different parties, 2 different projects.
What did you call them, industrial condos?
Yeah,
What is that?
man caves, they're hobby shops. So this would be like a 30 by 50 space where people could, it's just for hobbies, not, they can run a business, but they can't invite public there. That was what the town had approved. Brian was on the board when we got approval for that some years ago. It's a couple of years ago.
That's more than a couple of years ago.
Time flies.
How big did you say those units are?
They're 30 by 50s.
Oh, okay. And there's electricity, there must be in there for
Right, they'll have
running power
electricity.
tools or whatever.
They'll have heat. What we don't have on that side of the road is sewer, so there'll
Uh-huh.
only be 1 bathroom.
Uh-huh.
It'll be a common bathroom. And And that took a long time at the county to get approval for a holding tank. That's kind of
Yeah.
what held up a lot of things on this project.
Is that what they deemed appropriate, a holding tank
Yeah,
instead of?
they're gonna allow us to have one holding tank.
Okay.
Yeah, you were lucky to get that. They hate holding
They
tanks.
do not like it. Yeah, and we
No.
don't want it either. We'd love to see you guys run sewer over to us, but we understand.
You wanna pay for it?
No,
Okay.
No.
Kurt can do it.
I make a motion to approve the split
Second?
of Mike's lot at, what's the address over there? Do you have an address at that lot?
Yeah, N777747.
Ski Slide Road.
Man, I have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, those signal in favor by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, discussion and possible action regarding the request by Jackson Enterprises LLC for conditional use for transportation services to allow for a seasonal storage company in an AT zone on the corner of North Road and Highway 16, parcel number 0121-0816-2111-002.
I'm Bob Jackson, W340N6298, Breezy Point Road, Economowoc. Thanks for taking the time to consider this proposal for seasonal storage. Seasonal storage would be giving a place, a safe, secure place to store pleasure equipment, campers, boats, collectible cars, jet skis, snowmobiles, things like that. Basically on their off-season. So the function of this would be like a camper would be brought out, or a boat would be brought out in the fall. It would be brought out, dropped off. Myself or someone else would be putting them into the buildings to store for the winter. This would be dead storage, so the customer's equipment would not be accessible throughout the winter. And then in the spring, they would be taken out of the building. The customers would come and pick their boats, campers up and take them back to use them for the summer season.
But if you're looking at snowmobiles and that, you're talking year-round storage. Because snowmobiles would be out in the winter months when your campers are in.
Correct.
So
The snowmobiles we'll be lucky to find any snowmobiles that want to be stored. There might be some, but that's a small portion. Majority of it would be during the storage would be during the winter season. So it'd be boats, campers, and collectible cars. That'd be the bulk of the storage opportunity.
All inside storage?
No.
We're asking for 6 per building for outdoor storage for temporary purposes. So, for example, if the camper is dropped off today, we need some time to put it in, a day or two. Like if it's dropped off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we have to have a day or two to get it into the building. And the buildings are basically gonna be stacked full. So in the spring, if you have a camper in the back, let's say 5 rows deep in the back, you have to take those 5 out. If that one's scheduled, one of those 5 are scheduled for the next week, instead of loading those all back in, it'd be nice to be able to leave those outside for a short period of time while you're shuffling around to get the individual units out.
Your application also says that you're planning to allow, you want 25 outdoor long-term storage for customer units.
That was another request. It's up to the board if that's feasible or not.
Wow.
We're just trying to offer for full service. If that's an issue, we can deny that.
Generally, those size buildings like that are leased to like marinas and stuff, where they you know, they bring them in, they take them out and return them. Most people with special interest cars, they won't leave it sit outside there and let you drive it around. I mean, I know that won't work at all, especially for, you know, any street rods or anything like that. I mean, they're pretty particular. Most of them, they have shut-offs and all kinds of stuff, so.
Yeah.
Mostly the size building you're looking at is what kind of is down at Concord, where a marina comes in, leases the whole building or two buildings, and they fill them. And then as the people want their boats, they bring them out and take them to the owners.
Correct. We don't have any agreement with anybody like that now, but that would be another option.
That would be more the option
Correct.
that I see, because, you know, I don't see you filling those. I mean, it's one thing to fill a barn, but it's one thing to fill the size buildings you're looking at. I mean,
I just got the,
And I wanted to also kind of look at the whole big project. We're not planning to do that immediately. We're trying to do it in phases, but I didn't want to have to keep coming back or not give you the whole vision of what could be down the road.
I just have a problem with the location. I mean, it's on Highway 16, it's on North Road, you got two roads going in and out. It's just, you know, I get your idea, but I just don't think it's the right location for where it is. It's gonna be really congested there, the Highway 16, traffic and so forth, you know, the location.
You're right, I'm familiar with the
I mean,
location, yeah.
It's a
So-
busy, I mean, right now it's not, but it's pretty busy there.
Yeah.
Right, so at full capacity,
And especially to have outside storage, I mean, I don't think you wanna see that along Highway 16.
Right.
like I said, if that.
Your idea works good for like an industrial park or something off the beaten path, but that's the problem I have with it, I guess.
Well, this proposal was not approved by the Plan Commission. I was at that meeting, and I think they raised a lot of really good issues about it,
Yeah.
including some questions about runoff and your site plan with retention ponds, and I think they raised a lot of really good questions. Maybe Dave can,
Yeah,
the
just
chair of the Plan Commission, can
the
kind of summarize.
concerns raised were the property to the west is kind of a self-contained marsh. And there's concern about what this might do to that. There was also a reduction in elevation by, I think it was 18 feet to get
Right.
that leveled out.
So,
Again, these are all just concerns that were raised at the planning commission. I think the other one was location of any kind of retention, water retention basin, and it couldn't be within the easement areas, and
The right
it got
way,
real
yeah.
tight there, I think,
Mhm.
was the, another concern that was
right,
raised.
and I've looked into those concerns. As far as the stormwater, you have to have a plan before you're given a zone or building permit. So right now, I do not own the property.
Understood.
I'm trying to get some type of approval to carry out the vision of that. But then after purchasing of that, then I would pay the engineer to do the soil test, the survey, and make up the stormwater plan. And then if that isn't approved, I can't go forward anyhow at that point. But I don't wanna spend that money, kinda like the earlier vision over here, without a vision, an approval of a vision of that. And I think with a development like this, right now the water comes down, some of it soaks in. To the west, that runs right into the wetlands. To the east, it runs into the ditch, goes down the ditch into the wetlands. With a project like this, I can't let that water run off the land. It has to go into retention ponds. So I think it may even possibly help the wetlands.
Just a question. If this is your proposal, where in the creation is there room for any retention
Yeah.
ponds? I don't see
Yeah.
it.
It's not on here.
My engineer that I am working with said that there's enough field along the Highway 16 and the 100-foot setback. So at the last meeting, there was a concern that they cannot be put in there.
Right.
I talked to R.A. Smith,
Yeah.
I guess it is, about that. He gave me 18-page information on that, and it doesn't state in there, he says it does not state in there that you cannot put a retention pond in the 100-foot setback. And then also, that same engineer developed the property over at RJ Storage across the street, and his retention ponds are already, I don't think they're built, but those are designated to be in that 100-foot setback.
Another question, if there's any retention ponds in that 100-foot setback there, or right-of-way, that's what it's actually called, how can you propose to have a road in that same area?
Roads in the right of way.
I mean,
In a portion of that right away.
yeah, the roads in the right-of-way, retention ponds in the right-of-way, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of stuff in the right-of-way.
Excuse me,
The road can be moved north also, to stay out of that area.
And that brings up another point, how close is that to Highway 16? It's gotta be like 80 feet, possibly.
Can I submit
Sure.
this information?
Ben,
So
can you
since
opine
the
on the
last
right of
meeting,
way?
that was a concern, so I had the engineer measure it and draw it up.
Can you opine on what's allowed within the right of way?
A driveway.
If I can read this micro print,
Nothing.
83 point something possibly.
Correct.
I don't know that
Anybody have magnifiers?
You get your phone
All
out.
right, I got some.
I have glasses that read out.
Here, this was presented by R.A. Smith. It has to be 60 feet back. The pavement does?
Yeah, but I just don't know if that's reasonable on a state highway. You know, having an entrance exit that close. It just seems,
I'm just going by what the parameters
Yeah.
were. It can be adjusted too if that's needed.
One question I have, Calvin, as intern fire chief, do you have any concerns with the amount of fuel that could be in these storage facilities?
not really. I mean, as long as we have access 360 degrees around the building.
Okay, and you need 20 feet between the buildings?
It's whatever the ordinance is.
That's the code I was told, and this is 30.
Yeah, but the thing I always
Okay.
have with,
I just want to make sure you don't have any concerns.
I mean, my main concern about this entire thing is it's in the sewer district, so I think we gotta really look at what we're building in the sewer district area, because this is a spot that we could have connections to the sewer district and a higher income tax base being built there, possibly, than storage units.
That was,
That's my only,
the thing about,
my personal thought.
you're storing cars, boats and stuff. If one building goes, they're all gonna go. If a fire exit goes, being that you're so close together, I mean, that's a concern.
It's like over there in Concord that you're saying.
Yeah, I know, that's a big concern there also, you know, and you don't wanna make the same mistake twice. And it's different if you're not storing, equipment and stuff, you're storing, you know, people are, like these mini stores and stuff like that. No, I think it's a different, and that's what you're talking about across the road. I don't think he's storing boats and stuff
Correct.
right now. He's just got regular storage for
Yeah.
people's miscellaneous.
and he had an existing driveway there.
Pardon me?
He had an existing driveway.
It's just an existing building that he turned
Yeah.
into it. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
No
I-
outside storage, I mean, you go by there, you wouldn't know, it's,
yeah, no.
yeah.
Like I said, if you want the outside storage eliminated for the long term, that's.
Well,
I
I
just have a
just-
problem with the location. I mean, your idea is probably good in a different location, but this location, I just don't think it's.
Because I also looked at, you have a long-term plan here, and that piece of property is not designated as anything. I have a
Oh.
map right here.
Yeah, it's not, in the comp plan,
It's not in the comp plan.
It's not.
Correct.
No.
And right now, there's no sewer, I think the sewer is on the other side of 16, so somebody's gonna have to take the cost to run the sewer over there too.
Yeah, there is no sewer over there.
Right.
And in the comprehensive plan, that's not in it.
Right, and I was told that they.
Because I checked that.
They frown on the septic system or holding tank too. So you're kind of limited on what usage that property can be at this point.
And being an owner, being an owner of the property, it kind of leaves me that land, because you say I can't get storage, I can't get anything, so
Yeah.
this is only the type of thing that land can be used for.
I'd just like to spin the clock back when we were discussing this a few years ago. Actually, Stan got involved in this, because we moved the lot line around, to include, I believe, that a portion of that parcel to be in on the sewer district. I can't give you the exact amount, but we did vote on that, and Stan redrew the lot line. It was prior to that, I think Highway 16, the south part, and it got moved to the north on that particular parcel.
Sorry, I don't remember that.
So there's gonna have to be some kind of room also for sewer to go in over there.
Yeah.
Because we voted that in over here. I was part of that, I recall.
But that wouldn't be on the private property though, would it? The sewer?
Well,
Well, it would serve the private.
I can't tell you. It would take this right away, but, I mean, you're putting a road over there, you're putting retention ponds over there, and we're gonna have to, put some sewer pipes over there. I mean, how much can you put in that area? I don't have the answer. I'm just bringing it up.
But I'm kind of in a bind. I can't buy the property and spend the money for the stormwater to know how big, I mean, the engineer is confident that it can be done, but I can't move forward without some type of commitment that this plan would be feasible.
Well, I have no problem with the property. I think something else would go in there in a matter of, pretty quick. I just don't think this is the right fit. That's just, I have with it. I have no problem with your plan, it's just not the right fit. That's just, if it was across the road on the other side, I would say, it's a lot better fit than it is.
What's the difference for one side of the
It's
road
tight.
versus the other?
What is the right fit then?
There's
tight.
7 acres there.
Yeah, it's tight. Yeah, and we're talking outside
bigger
storage,
parcel than
you
across
got
the road.
2 ins and outs. I mean,
What-
it's gonna be congested.
What's the total acreage?
It's, nine and a half, I think.
9.5, I think.
Okay.
But I
But-
mean, Dan, what do you think is the right fit then?
Oh, I can't tell you what would be a right fit up there, but I would say this is probably not the, I can tell you, but I'm not gonna say. This storage just shouldn't be.
I think we have
on there.
enough storage in Exonia.
And we're
And
leaning
this site
towards
plan isn't
a
ready
lot
to
about
be
storage, and this is,
approved anyway.
pardon me?
This site plan's not ready to be approved
Right.
anyway. It's got some issues, and really frankly, I'm not in favor of any outdoor storage.
Then you
Right.
can take away the outdoor storage.
So if you need to remodel your business plan to accommodate for that, I'm just not gonna agree to that. I don't know. I think, maybe it needs some time to be worked on and then come back to us if you feel. It should go back to the plan commission, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
If he
Maybe
reworks the,
reduce your buildings or something, don't
Site
clutter it. Make it more simple, it's gonna give you more room.
Okay.
Why have 6 buildings and maybe you can get along with 3 or 4?
There's 8 total now,
Give you
right?
some
There's 8 now.
They're not all the same size, but they're.
No.
Correct.
So would I have to go through the whole process? I mean,
Well, we're
By
saying
name
this
and-
is not acceptable.
Yeah. so if you
That's
can-
what we're saying. So
Come on.
whatever you need to do, but this is not acceptable. That's what we are saying.
okay,
You can come up with something else.
sure. I'm just asking how the process goes. Do I have to start
Okay,
all
we're
over? and
we're
go
kind of
through-
going nowhere here. I mean, either we're gonna make a motion to approve or a motion to send them back. I mean,
Well,
Okay.
let me just
Okay.
interject what the law is. We are not the zoning entity. You come here first, and the town makes a recommendation to the county. This is a request for a conditional use permit.
right.
The county will hold a hearing where you go before the county, and they will determine whether or not the conditional use permit for this ought to be approved. The town would, in its letter to the county, say, we are not in favor of it because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
They make the final determination. So we can't require you come back and do it all over again with the town. If you want to try to convince the town to be in favor of this, you can voluntarily go back through the process again, but we as a town can't force you to do that. So that is where we are at in this process right now. And so if you, as a board, recommend to the county board to deny the conditional use permit, you should suggest that the reasons why. Okay? And what I heard, among other things, was it is too dense, there are not enough ingresses and egresses, it doesn't really fit, you can't say it doesn't fit into your comprehensive plan, because that's silent as to that, but that it is up against Highway 16, and that you do not believe that that would be the highest and best use for that
Yes.
particular piece of property. There are other areas that would be available that might be acceptable, and that outside storage is absolutely not acceptable. You're concerned about the potential for
Traffic.
combustibles being in the building.
Well, we're really not. Our fire chief said he wasn't.
Okay, well, then we're not.
And
We're
the
not.
traffic.
Water runoff,
But traffic,
water retention.
you know, well, when we say traffic, we better have something to, other than our gut, that it says that. I mean, seems to me that there will not be traffic, but like, in the fall and in the spring, right?
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
so,
And
I mean,
Uh-huh.
but whatever you guys want to list as a reason why you don't, want this to be approved, put it in the letter to the county.
And it should be noted that the county takes very seriously the recommendations.
And they do,
Of
but
the
they have
town.
to base their determination on the public hearing
Sure.
that is before them. They cannot take any outside information, so.
No.
Cause when you're pulling there with boats, you're stuck on North Road if you don't get off.
Yeah.
There's no way to move anything, no way to get around.
Yeah,
You get Highway 16, it's
Okay.
congested, you know, so that's a
well,
big
maybe you
concern.
would recommend a turn lane.
I don't, you know, it's just it's too congested now.
Okay.
Well, I think Stan pretty well summarized
Right.
our discussion.
Well, I don't
and
think too
the
congested is a fair
discussion
answer,
of the
because
plan
you're gonna-
commission.
You know, you're gonna allow a storage unit across the street from him. Okay,
He has
It's
room
tiny.
to pull in and get off the road, he would not.
But the driveway's identical, they're across from each other.
Yeah, but you're on a hill, he's down here, I mean, it's a little different. You pull out on Highway 16.
he's cutting quite a bit of that hill down.
That's, yeah, he's dropping that.
He's dropping that 16 feet or 15 feet.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think traffic is a fair assessment, because you're allowing one across the street, like he said, and his driveways match.
And there's approximately 338
We've not.
units max, if,
It's already there.
once all the buildings are put up.
It's like a
And
tiny,
they're not all gonna be there
it's a
the same
former
day.
house. Somebody used to
Ju-
live
Just a
on it.
thought,
No,
as we
there's
talk
no
about
additions
what's
or
across the
grants out there.
street, I don't know
I think they have a
the
plan,
unit count,
but it never
but I don't
gets-
think it's greater than 6. I've
Currently, but I
driven,
think that's been approved.
yeah, I've driven by that many, many times. 6 units on the east side versus, how many units did you suggest it could be? Yours?
8.
338.
Big,
Yeah, that's a big
building.
difference, 330.
But I think there's approval for the self-storage across the street, that just hasn't been built yet.
Uh-huh.
That's what we were trying to figure out is, because when he was at the planning commission meeting, he just mentioned about the outside, that he was
Yeah.
not permitted outside storage when he converted that residence into a four-stall garage or
Right.
four-place garage.
Well, let's not include traffic then in our letter to the.
I just don't think that's fair. I mean,
All right, we'll take that part out,
No, we just
because
have-
it seems debatable.
We just have to provide the county now with our decision, right?
Yep, you wanna make a motion?
We gotta move to approve the request.
Move
Oh,
to
you
approve?
can-
It's a move to either recommend or recommend against
the conditional use permit.
conditional use permit that will be sent to the county, your recommendation, for or against. And if it's against, include the reasons why.
All the reasons you quoted.
You said them, I just sort of summarized.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Okay.
And Joanne wrote
Just
them down.
saving my breath, you just said them all for us.
Okay, very good. What he said.
Well, let's keep moving here now.
Okay. You want to make the motion, Dave, or shall I?
Go ahead.
Joanne, in your list of reasons, I think we should allude to the fact that with the potential of 330 total units, if I heard that number correctly, that road is way too close to State Highway 16. If it does, in fact, go to that many units.
You mean
That
the
is a
driveway?
ridiculous amount of
Well,
traffic that would go in.
I'm gonna go back to the traffic, 338 units, come on now, there's gonna be a problem there.
I listed it as too dense. That is what
There you
Stan
go, okay.
paraphrased it. I said too dense.
338 it is, the number?
And I'll
Comes
just,
out to about 4.5.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was just, we're talking about the density of the,
Five units a day, 'cause they were
of the
about
units,
2 months
right,
to do this
right.
during the week.
and then I got.
Okay, let's just, not everybody have
Alright.
different conversations here. Let's,
So I will make a motion then that we notify Jefferson County that we do not approve of this conditional use permit application. And in doing so, we concur with the decision of our plan commission. I think that was unanimous, wasn't it, Dave?
I believe so.
okay, do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to deny the conditional use request for Jackson Enterprises LLC. Is there any other discussion?
Okay, thank you.
Hearing, well,
Oh,
this,
we didn't- well,
hearing,
Did you wanna-
hearing no, those in favor, signal by aye.
I,
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consider and possible act on pay request number 1 from Kartchner Brothers LLC in the amount of $229,628.81.
is this, Mark Weirman? He's not,
Right.
Are we,
we're not doing him?
are we doing E?
Are we doing E?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I passed over that. Discussion and possible action regarding the request by Mark Weirman, providing a plan of operation for W1046 Marietta Avenue, Suite 220, within the Exonia Bank Building.
Planning Commission did approve. Is there anybody here to speak to it?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. Planning Commission did approve. It's a, medical test center for veterans. Limited, very limited in what they do there though. So, and it'll just be occupying one of the suites in the bank building.
And their hours of operation are very normal?
Yeah,
like-
8 to 4, 8 to 5.
Yeah,
So. It's a nationwide company that is, he represents, or that he's a part of, so.
right. So I'll make a motion to approve the request by Mark Weirman, or approve his plan of operation for W1046 Marietta Avenue, Suite 220, in the Exonia Bank Building.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consider and possible action on pay request number 1 from Kartchner Brothers LLC in the amount of $229,628.81 for the 2025 road project.
This is the first pay request, they didn't get it submitted in time for last month's meeting. The second pay request is for, so that would be for the work that was done in the month of August. And the second one will be for the month of September. The first one will be for the road work on Division in Hillendale, and this one includes some of the work in Marietta.
Oh, this captures part of Marietta, the second one?
The second one does, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't read that one yet. We
Yeah,
did.
I just thought if you wanna do them both at the same time.
Okay, I can read that one off. Consider possible act on pay request number 2 for Kartechner Brothers LLC in the amount of $138,598.53 for the 2025 road projects. So the two are,
Ben, has that work been completed and satisfactory?
Yeah, this is the work that they've done so far.
Okay.
Dale and Division are both done and satisfactory.
I make a motion then to act on the pay request from Kartchner Brothers for the August work, $229,628.81, and also for request number 2 from the Kartchner Brothers in the amount of $138,598.53 for September 2025 work. That has been satisfactorily done.
I'll second that one.
okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider possible approval of 2026 Watertown Humane Society contract.
This is their annual contract they sent to the town.
Once a year.
Yep.
Yeah,
Has this gone up in price, Joanne, from last year's?
I think it went down. I think this year it was 6,000. This one is 5,323.
Yeah, 52.
Yeah, we did approve 6,000 last year.
Yeah.
This is 20, because we just paid 1330, I think, in that last,
Mhm.
so.
Yep.
Even though we approved 6,000, it was still 5323, so.
Well, it's done quarterly.
Right.
It's
Oh,
done
okay.
quarterly. The payments are done quarterly.
Yeah, it was in the treasurer report, 1330 was paid out to them this quarter, this
Yeah.
last quarter.
But this is a flat rate
This
rate
is a-
for the year.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fee for the
And-
year, but we pay it quarterly.
Yeah, okay.
So they're doing the stray dogs and all that?
When they're open.
Okay, when they're open.
Yeah.
It's a very limited service,
Yep.
but there's nothing better in the area.
Right.
Well, there's another option, but it was $14,000,
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
So now, even with their new facility, the renovations and stuff, it's still spotty with, as far as coverage for them?
Just because of their hours.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
That's it. Yeah, so we have to do this and there's nobody else, so I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 Watertown Humane Society contract with the town.
Second?
Second it?
I have a motion and a second to approve the Watertown Humane Society contract. All those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consider possible act on proposed 3-year service contract with the town of Concord for 2026 through 2028. Calvin, you wanna add something to that?
Within talks with the town of Concord, they requested that we do a 3-year contract, and I think that's a good option to do. Gives us a little stability, and then we're not trying to last minute get them our budget quotas.
Was it-
Quotes. Oh,
Was it yearly?
it was yearly
Yeah,
previously,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
I feel like that annual 3% increase is rather low, though. Is that what they propose?
It's not what they proposed, that's just what, within talks with Sullivan Fire Department, that's what they do, is 3%.
Okay.
Has last year's been a bump up 3% to this first year of this contract?
Last year's was a bump up, last year's actually went down compared to 2024.
And that's all based on some kind of accepted formula
I
per
didn't-
capita?
We didn't go off of that formula just because we don't know what our budget is yet.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to wait until December to give the town of Concord and town of Watertown the
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think that formula has other problems in it too,
So we took that base of what they paid last year and added 3% to that, and then 3% for 2027,
Okay.
2028.
Okay.
Has a draft been presented to them yet for consideration?
It has not, I was waiting for your approval and then
Understood.
Okay,
it'll need to get presented to the attorney for updating to the contract.
all right. We can do,
In that, just so everyone's aware, currently the town of Concord doesn't, their, businesses don't pay for fire inspection fees. So that'll be part of that contract as well, for the individual business owners to pay fire inspection fees.
okay.
And how many facilities are out there, would you guess?
Town of Concord, I believe there's only one.
One.
Yeah,
How many inspection fees, Calvin?
there's just one in town
One?
of Concord.
Is that gonna be thrown in on the contract then?
It's up to the, property owner to pay that
Okay.
inspection fee.
But you're including it in the contract.
Correct.
Okay.
And what, this is automatic and mutual aid, so that, you'd extend our mutual aid piece out into Concord then?
Well, I mean, they're already covered under us, but.
No, but I mean, would you extend like to Sullivan then? Is that how that would work? I mean, you,
Yeah,
because,
we already have a mutual aid agreement with the rest of the county, so.
Okay.
We help out whenever.
I didn't know how far our mutual aid pattern or
Yeah.
stance was.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve both of these contracts, proposals with the town of Concord and the town of Watertown as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve Town of Concord and Town of Watertown's contracts as proposed. Any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, consider and possible act on recommendation from Park and Rec Commission to appoint Amanda Ewert to the commission.
At the last Park and Rec meeting, we received an application from Amanda. She is requested to be on the Park and Rec Board. We currently have an open position to be on the Park and Rec Committee, and the committee is recommending Amanda be appointed to join the committee.
I think this is great. I'm loving this.
I make a motion to recommend Amanda Ewert to the Park and Rec Commission.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to recommend Amanda Ewert. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
It's unanimous.
Congratulations.
Okay, consider and possible act an interview committee for the fire EMS chief's position. Our timeline is up. I have put into consideration some names, one of Dave Schilling, two of Bruce Stagner, three would be Dan Smoker, four would be our clerk, Joanne, and the fifth one would be, I can't think of his name right.
Tom Seidel.
Tom Seidel. Tom's done some of the other ones. Tom's been active, he's involved in our voting, and he's been active in the community. He works the voting.
We had talked at a previous board meeting about having at least one member of this board be on the hiring committee as well.
Well, I believe we have enough on there, and I believe if we have faith in those, after they're gonna sort out, send their recommendation, then it'll go in front of the whole board. So I don't feel it matters if we have someone on there or not at the start.
Just, it seems like every committee we're getting the same people on. So why don't we mix things up and get different people and different opinions?
None of these are been on, the only one would have been Tom Seidel, that'd have been a couple of years ago. Other than that, none of the other ones have been on Dan.
Just seems very.
No, they haven't.
We're playing with old dirt. And we should move forward with some new stuff. That's just my opinion.
We're not playing with old darts here. The names have never been on, they're not on Plan Commission, they haven't been on any other committees. They're very qualified. They've been involved in fire service for many years. I feel it's a very valid board.
The qualification doesn't, but I think we have to have different people for different opinions, so, I mean, you can't stay with the same committee.
It's not the same committee, what don't you
And
get?
like Amy said, there should be a board member on there also.
Doesn't sound like you're interested in discussing this at all.
Well, I will discuss it, but not unless there's a reason. I mean,
Well, you're
they're not on any committees.
You're kinda yelling.
Well, okay, they're not on any committees. So, I mean, what's there to discuss? I mean,
But what there's to discuss is what we talked about prior, a few meetings back, that the present board wanted to have a board member on this committee. And your list does not include a board member. And you gave your reason, but the board has brought this up in the past, and this was a request that we made, that a board member be on this committee. Go to the minutes and check it out.
Well, Brian, you know, I sent you the proposal I had on the hiring committees, and it included that stipulation that we haven't taken up yet, but.
I mean, Dan Schmoker's not, he's not older, okay?
He's not
I'll
what?
say that. He's very good qualified, he's probably one of the best of everybody that could probably have a better idea of this hiring in the whole committee. He's new, and I have no problem with him.
Well,
I
I'd
don't
like
have
to,
a problem with Bruce either, because I think he was in the fire department and stuff. It's just, I think we've gotta find some other new people.
well, I'd like to see, Rick Ziegler on this committee. He attends almost every meeting of the fire department officers every month.
well, I attended far more meetings than he ever did. I was the liaison for
Well-
many years. I'm just saying,
Then, but you're not on the committee either.
well, because I feel, I trust the people that are on the committee to bring it to us, and we have the final say anyways.
I'm just suggesting that.
Well,
that
I'm
Rick
just-
be part- I just.
Okay, I'm
let
just,
You listen, just
okay,
please.
I'm explaining why I don't agree.
Well,
Well, it's true. I did
haven't
have
even-
more years.
You're just not
Brian, what were the
letting
names
me
again?
even get a whole sentence out.
Dan Schmoker?
Dan Smoker, Bruce Dagner, Dave Schilling, Joanne, and Seidel. Don Seidel,
Tom.
or Tom Seidel.
Joanne, I apologize. You're not old dirt.
And
So
another-
you're not interested in having a member of the board be on it?
You're gonna be involved after their recommendation. How many things do you have to be involved in?
What you're not hearing is we requested this meetings back, okay? And you
You
just.
requested it for the plan commission. But if you would like a board member, fine, then I'll take off Tom Seidel, and then, okay.
Put
I
Rick
th- I
on.
think
No.
the board can decide who would be taken off, you know.
Fine, I'm not gonna sit here and argue. If that's what you guys want, then run it.
If I could, Calvin, your thoughts on the list of people on this proposed committee? Or alternates if you have them.
Well, that puts,
I'm
well,
not trying
that
to put
puts
you on-
I'm
Calvin
sorry,
on
but
the
you
spot.
can't, you really can't do that because that's, he's an
Intern,
applicant.
chief, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think we can figure this out, don't believe me.
I think we could-
I mean, I know all
Yes.
of the people that were listed, so.
I know, I don't wanna put you on the spot, I'm just, are there alternates that you might suggest? You can't do that.
No, that's a conflict.
no.
It's a
not-
conflict of interest, he can't.
I didn't know he was an applicant. I was not aware of that.
Well, I haven't said nothing all night, and I picked four names, and right away it's an explosion.
It's not, I'm not
No, it's a
exploding.
discussion.
Nobody's exploding but you. you were willing to take Tom Seidel off and put a member of this board on, and I would suggest taking Tom off then and putting Rick Ziegler on it. Just as a liaison to us.
I don't agree, but because Rick's gonna have say later on.
Oh, then it would behoove us to have somebody in the process from the beginning, I think.
So who do we have right now? I mean, listen.
I've said them how many times?
No. Okay, I've got Dan Schmucker, I've got Bruce, I got Joanne. You had Seidel, right? And we're taking him off. And then who are the other ones?
Schilling
Schilling.
and Bruce.
Schilling. Okay, so we're looking for actually two more.
Well, who you taking off?
Seidel.
So I took
Take
one
Seidel.
off.
Okay, I have a question. Do we have to take one off? Could you just add another person?
You put 100 people.
That's a good
Well, I'm just asking,
Yeah,
instead of
no,
saying
you're
we
right.
have to take somebody off.
Okay,
I
let's
was
keep
asked the
everybody on.
question. I speak when I'm spoken.
Watching Rosie.
Sure.
Sort of, it's nothing.
Okay,
No.
then let's leave Tom Seidel on, Bruce Dagner, Dan Smoker, and Dave Schilling. And if you wanna add, then I would prefer Amy Renard be on there.
Okay, I'll be on it.
Okay.
I am a fireman's daughter.
There you go.
I am. And, well,
And
this-
Rick Ziegler's on there also.
and Rick,
No, Rick wouldn't be on there.
okay.
I didn't name him.
Um,
We already have 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do we have 6 including Joanne?
Well, I'm not a voting member. I'm just
Okay.
there to,
Oh, gotcha. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Referee.
4, 5. Okay, fine. And this also came up at a previous meeting, and I think Calvin mentioned it, about all the members of the search committee meeting with the officers of the department, just to kind of get a gist of what they feel like about a new chief, and to kind of assess what's going on over there, and talk about the morale, et cetera.
I have a question, Stan.
Yep.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but being that we have somebody in the room here that's an applicant to the process, I mean, is that like,
It's not a problem.
okay?
Really should have a motion, second, and approve the slate as proposed by the town chair, as modified in this meeting. And then the committee can decide what they wanna do in terms of interaction with the, rank and file. How's that?
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't know until just this very moment that we had an internal applicant.
Well, and
So-
because you're not supposed, people who are in
Yeah.
the know for making the decision to hire are not supposed to know the applicants until it is time.
Got it.
Do I have a motion?
I didn't hear one.
I didn't either.
Well, I'll make a motion then to approve the slate of members of the interview committee for the chief position. If that's not a conflict of interest.
So we're gonna name them.
As presented and amended.
Yeah, Tom Seidel, Dave Schilling, Bruce Dagner, Dan Smoker, Amy Renard, and Joanne Lesser.
I second.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Consider and possible act on special event application for Exonia Bank to host trunk or treat in Fireman's Park on October 18th from 6 PM to 8 PM.
I'll make a motion to approve the special event application from Exonia Bank.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second to approve the bank for trunk or treat. Is there any other discussion? Hearing no other discussion, all signal that are in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Consider and possible act on selling highway parts and transfer site equipment on Wisconsin surplus site, utility trailer, metal cabinet with workbench, Lincoln welder, lots of timber logs, and a 15 kW Owen diesel generator on trailer.
I just have a question. Act on selling highway. What highway is being sold?
Highway equipment.
It's highway equipment.
Highway equipment.
Typo in the,
Highway equipment.
Okay.
It's highway.
Highway parks and transfer site
Okay,
equipment.
okay, alrighty.
We can't sell a highway.
I just,
We didn't mention the highway.
yeah.
Highway 16, we're selling it right now.
Yeah.
And we're selling this up because we either don't need it or we have replacements and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, fine.
it's just selling.
Okay,
Move to approve listing these items
second.
on Wisconsin surplus auction,
Oh,
second.
sorry.
I know.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to place these items on surplus auction. Any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider and possible act on lease contract for Fireman's Hall. That probably should have been under, closed session. We really can't discuss any dollars and those kind of things, but basically, he plans on making it a local wedding banquet hall, basically operating like the way it was. Makes, plans for possible, dinner luncheons and stuff, but operated as a wedding hall. He has a list of items that he would invest in with some more decorations, some more security, some more lighting, those kind of items, but, as far as any, I guess the idea would be is if the board entertains moving forward with him, or do you have a different use for the building? Or, because I would like to move forward and have a special meeting in closed session so we can elaborate more on his plan and more on dollars and cents.
Should we postpone action on this then?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
made a recommendation. Brian called me, I said, hey, we wanna talk about this, cause,
Okay,
so I would make a recommendation, somebody, make a motion to table, second, no discussion, and it will be set up for a special meeting.
okay. I'll make a motion to table this agenda item then.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to table it and bring it to a special meeting. All those, is there any more discussion?
Can't discuss a motion
Oh.
to table.
Can't.
Nope.
Okay. Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Right now it's tabled. Okay, consider a possibility act on setting up a separate savings account for the fire department donations at Exonia Bank. The fire department receives donations from people that were satisfied, very pleased with their services, and want to help them along. So this would be a special savings account, so it could be kept track of separately. Is that covered, Calvin?
Correct, yep.
What happens to those donations now? They come to our general fund?
I believe so.
Okay.
And are they under a GL for their donations, though, where they can be pulled out that way?
Well, they go into the general fund, and they are listed as, donations,
Mhm.
but then they're in there, and if you don't, I like to see them segregated, so at the end of the year, you could say, well, we have X amount of dollars,
Yeah.
you could leave them in there, but, he thought, and we discussed it, that it would be easier tracking for them, so that they know how much they have, what they can use, and, that type of a thing.
Easy to manage.
And
Correct.
they can't do that with the GL format, I mean, just do it.
Well, you
within-
can, yes, but then at the end of every year, you know, whatever he's got, whatever they have, you have to allocate that money. You know,
Or carried over in that GL.
well, right, but you have to designate it,
Right, right.
so that it's
My only thing is
earmarked for
there's a
that.
cost for another account, right?
It doesn't cost anything for an account.
For a business account?
I make a motion to set up a separate savings account for the fire department donations at Exonia Bank.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to set up a savings account at the bank for the fire department. Any other discussion?
Any need to do this across all contribute, I mean, 'cause we have like, obviously the park,
Well, we have a separate one for the park,
they do already?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider and possible act on Image Trends, scheduling software purchase for fire EMS department. I guess, for scheduling and keeping track of who's on, who's off, and,
Yeah, so currently, right now, I do all the scheduling, and it's using multiple programs, we're using ImageTrend, Iron Responding, and then I'm keeping a separate, Excel spreadsheet of dates and schedules of when people want trades, when they don't want trades. So, using ImageTrend is one program, and it talks with Iron Responding and sets all that up at one time. And then it just makes life easier.
Is it interactive with the staff then too? I mean, they can utilize it and it automatically updates for you?
Yeah, so, say a firefighter EMT needs coverage, it only lets firefighter EMTs pick up that coverage. And then, say a firefighter AEMT needs coverage for EMS shift, only firefighter AEMTs can pick up that coverage, so.
So it limits what they can, okay.
Yeah,
Calvin, refresh us on the cost of this.
it's quoted at $3,062
That's per year,
per
right?
year, yeah,
Per year.
per year, yep. Yeah, and it is one of the cheaper programs. We looked at multiple other programs and they're quite a bit more expensive.
Okay.
And like I said, we do all of our call data through ImageTrend already, so it's a system we already have, it's just an add-on to that.
And what is the number of users, I guess, is there a limit?
Not that I'm aware of.
So say there's a $500 fee for the text aspect of it too?
Yeah,
And is there a limit, I mean, I'm just wondering if there's any limitations that we'd run into?
I don't believe so.
So if my memory's correct, once this program's in place, then each member of the team can access this and see who's where and what, and
Yep.
things of that nature.
Yeah,
So it's instantaneously available to the whole
Yeah.
fire department team.
And on page, I guess it would be page 2 of the proposal, it says, incidents 15, what is that? Do you know what that means?
I'm not sure.
It says, category slate, and then it says incidents 15.
Yeah, I see it. I'm not sure if that's it. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Okay. Only bouncing off any limitations, that's all.
I make a motion.
So, wait, so this
To,
was, hang on a second, I'm sorry. This was ordered back in June, it was good for 90 days.
Yeah, when Josh got the quote for it.
Yeah, it was only good for 90 days. Do we know if it's still?
He did not tell me that it was gonna go up any, I'm not sure.
Okay. You talked to him?
I did, yeah.
well, I guess if it's within a few dollars,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna make or break, it's just
So our plan.
either we want it or we don't want it.
Yeah.
We have FAP money from last year that we can use this towards, so it's
Oh.
not.
Rick's making a motion.
Are we finished with discussion? Any
Yes.
other comments at this time? Okay. I make a motion to go forward with the trend scheduling software purchase for the fire and EMS department.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on purchasing the image trend scheduling. Any other discussion? All those signal by aye in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider possible action on firefighter new hire Carter Slayton.
Yeah, so we had a new applicant, he's from the Watertown area, doesn't have any background in fire EMS, looking to get started in the fire service. We did a peer review, the peer review recommended to the officer staff that he be hired, and we're just bringing that to the town board.
He'd be a paid-on-call
Yeah.
individual, okay. Well, I'll make a motion then to approve a new hire of Carter Slayton for the fire department.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve Carter Slayton. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider and possible approve the WIDNR Forest Fire Protection Grant Program Award.
So I'm just looking for approval to accept the grant from the DNR, grant that we applied for. I believe it's in the amount of $2,850.
Yeah.
And I believe that's a cost sharing.
Is it a 50-50, Calvin?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And the other 50% is in your budget, I presume, or do we
yeah,
need to allocate?
It will be for my 2026 budget.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's what this grant is for, 20.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to approve the Wisconsin DNR Forest Fire Protection Grant Program Award to our fire department in the amount of $2,850.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for the firefighters grant. Any other discussion? All those in favor, signal by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Consider and possibly approve the utility bill for W123 Rockville Road. This was worded just a little bit awkward. Basically, what it amounts to is there's been a utility bill that has slipped through the cracks. It was a new build. There's gonna be a fairly decent sized bill, and I just want the board to be aware of it. It had to do with the old inspector leaving, the new inspector coming in, and it was caught when we were reconciling. Is that correct, Joanne?
Correct.
What's the bill for?
It's for sewer, which he knows he's using and he's not getting a bill.
Oh, he never got a bill, I
Never
get
got a
it.
bill.
He never got a bill.
And he's in District 2?
Okay. Does he know how big the bill is?
No, not yet, because I felt if he got a phone call, you guys know what's going on.
So does he get time to pay this instead of just lump it on him?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't really gone down that road yet. It came to our attention. We wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of it, so that when we send him the bill, that, if
Okay.
he reaches out,
You didn't have that included in the packet, did you?
no. we
So,
would-
couple questions. How many months or years is this? And just a guesstimate on a dollar amount.
I don't know a dollar amount.
Okay.
We can't really discuss dollar amount here.
Okay.
I mean-
Is it for 5 years?
No.
No.
It goes back to, well, the building permit was taken out in March of 2023.
So we don't have to act on this.
We're not acting on it, I'm just
It's
making
just
you aware of it.
information.
It does say
Okay.
possible.
Well, I said it was worded just a little bit.
Yeah, there's no action to take. I mean,
Okay.
we have an ordinance. If our former building inspector, who has retired and gone on, didn't figure out when an occupancy permit should have been issued, mistakes are made.
Okay.
Obviously, the other rate payers in the district shouldn't have to, foot the bill for somebody who's getting service. I am quite certain that staff will work with this guy if it's a huge bill to try to figure out a way before we put out a tax bill. But I think that, staff and the chair wanted you to know, hey, you might be getting a call from this guy. Cause he may have $1,000 or whatever dollar bill that he's all of a sudden hit with. I don't know what it is, but you do the math, I mean, it's just in the rates, whatever it is.
So in their normal course of business, they're permitted to do terms or something like that make accommodations.
I think before they,
This isn't a normal circumstance,
Yeah.
No,
okay?
I
I mean, it's not a normal circumstance, so I guess,
My question is, do we want to propose that give them, the staff, the flexibility to offer terms or something like that?
well, I believe the staff has that. It
Okay,
would be
that was-
considered reasonable in logic,
That was my question.
okay, but
So, you get a call from the guy, we gotta have something to say to him, say, hey,
Well,
work
you-
with it, we just can't say, here it is.
well, you know we're gonna work
I
with
have
them,
know what
okay?
figures they have.
Well, the figures aren't gonna change, okay, and it's not gonna matter. I mean, he knows he's getting free service, Dan.
Yes.
Okay, I mean,
Oh, I know that. But are we-
Okay.
I
so-
think the answer is, any one of you can say, hey, we understand it's a hard thing, we'll do what we can to try to work with you.
Okay.
Period.
I think it's adding a little bit
I just didn't know
on.
if we had to give that direction specifically or not.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we weren't interested in that, we wouldn't be bringing it to your attention. I mean, we're bringing it to your attention so everybody's aware of it, so that this can all work out peacefully and move on.
Yep.
I like to have all the, everything that I have in front of me to explain to somebody, so that's just me. I don't like to be out there holding something back that I don't.
Well, we wouldn't have had to put it on here at all, and then you wouldn't have known nothing about
Well,
it.
I would've been surprised.
Well, and that wouldn't be the first time, but I'm trying to make it so you're not,
Okay.
okay?
Right, we're all getting along. It's
Yeah,
good.
we're good.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, are we all
I think we can
getting
move past that now, can't we?
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
move on.
I have nothing to report. Supervisors, Dave Custer,
Nothing.
Amy Renard,
I just want to mention again that I've been communicating with the Sheriff Mays about him proposing a contract to the town for dedicated deputy service for 2026. He's come up with some numbers so far. For 2026, he's thinking it would be 1,950 hours. It would cost about $120,000 plus mileage at the IRS rate, and that would cover fuel, maintenance, and depreciation. There would not be an administrative fee for their handling of any reports that would be generated. We're thinking that the best schedule would be to include weekends and do a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. sort of shift that could be adjusted to cover the time that school lets out. And I believe we could authorize the deputy to enforce town ordinances for us too when he's on duty here. And I'm just throwing this out for our consideration, and I plan to talk in more detail about this during our budget deliberations. But you heard our deputy who was here tonight say his patrol area for tonight is all the area between Ixonia and Jefferson. So I know there have been complaints about the delay in response to calls. This is one way to remedy that by having somebody here just for us. And we could try it for a year. If it doesn't work, we don't think it's worth it, we don't have to renew the contract.
Amy, could you repeat the hours and the dollar amount?
Well, this is what he's sort of throwing out there to us. $120,000 a year plus mileage at the IRS rate. And he's thinking the best schedule would be 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., but he said we might want to have it start earlier to cover the time that school lets out. And the schedule would include weekends. I think he said sort of a rotating basis.
it would be 5 days. So
Yeah.
if you include the weekend, then you'd have 2 weekdays that he would not be here.
Just kind of like a question. How do you calculate the IRS mileage? Is it when he comes from Jefferson to here, and then anywhere else he's called, then he's called down to Jefferson?
No,
for-
he's
We
not-
shouldn't really be having discussion, this
No.
is just
It's just-
informational for Amy to
Yeah,
let
yeah,
us
I'm
know.
just
Right.
asking a
That-
question.
That'll all come up
So-
during.
That'll
the
all
budget
come up, but
discussion.
right now, this is just for discussion.
For
But-
inform-
No, for
For
a report.
information.
For a
only.
report,
Right.
information.
One person talks.
So you just, something for us to think about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Dan Rupno?
Well, you know where I'm gonna go. We've been
Oh,
on it for 4 or 5 months, and we're getting no action out there. So what's the next process? Do I have Stan write him a letter?
Well,
Or do we go
first
out?
of all, you told me you didn't want them to cut it until the thistles.
No, they should've cut a long time ago.
Well, they didn't, so then you said, wait.
Let me just finish, okay? So what do? Do we hire somebody to go out there to mow it and then bill them?
are you talking about the
The
tree
trees are
planting?
still dead?
Or the
We
grass?
energies.
I know.
Okay, this is going on
Right.
since, how many times did I said it? 4 months now in a row?
Kyle's been working on it. It's all, I'm not gonna get into it.
Well, do you want me to work on it? I think
Who's
I can
been
get better results.
Carl,
Well,
we got it.
again, this is just informational purposes, so if
Right.
you want it to be an item on the agenda.
I think you should put
No,
an
I'm just
item on
saying-
the agenda as to whether or not this gentleman should be appointed to be the weed commissioner.
Hey, that's an idea.
God.
I'll make that motion.
No, not now.
I
know,
Put it on
I'm-
the agenda.
I'm kidding.
Okay, let's keep moving. Rick?
Careful what you ask for.
Nothing at this moment.
Okay, staff updates. Joanne?
So I have the bank recs all done, I'm working on September, but otherwise I'm up to date with my bank recs, so.
Great.
The audit, again, I think I said last month, but, they should be here. I'm thinking they're coming in December to present the 2024 audit numbers. So we should be getting the preliminary draft audit in early November.
Okay. Is that when it comes to us, or?
Yeah, it'll come, yeah, so they'll send us
Preliminary.
copies. You guys will get it, be able to review it, and then they will come in December to present it, and that's when you get to ask questions.
Early November though, for the draft.
That's, yes, that's what our estimation delivery
Okay.
date is.
Great.
That it?
Yep.
Okay, highway superintendent, Ben?
Right, the work is continuing on Marietta. They've installed the box culvert today. They had all the sections in today. They should have the hole closed up by the end of the week. They have to put a slurry backfill in to finish. Once that's done, they'll be putting on a final layer of gravel on top and doing a final grade, and after that, they will be able to pave. The scheduled completion for the contract for Marietta is October 17th, which is Friday. After this date, if they're not completed, liquidated damages will be applied at $500 a day until completion. On Hillendale Division, the highway department has been completing some dirt work in the ditches while the weather is still fit. And as I stated before, Badgerland Roofing will be starting this week on the fire and highway department roofs, and then on the town hall roof that was damaged by the hailstorm. And in the next coming weeks, Big Fish Contractors will be replacing the asphalt roofs throughout the town, in the parks, and at the highway shop. This work is all matching with the reimbursement the town received from the insurance coverage. And that's all I have.
Wow. Ben, do you know if Highway 16 project is on schedule and if it's going to be reopening sometime in November?
I did talk to Ryan Arndt, who's the engineer up there. He said they're on schedule from what he considers good. He's worried about the line marking was all he told me.
Okay.
Was when that was gonna be done.
So it's still set for sometime in end of
And
November?
October 31st is when it was supposed to be completed.
Oh, okay.
Anything else, Ben?
Nope, that's it. Unless you have any other questions.
Intern chief, Calvin?
Just call updates from the month of September. We ran 34 calls.
giving our projected end of the year call volume